Hello, good evening, and welcome to the red room. On purposely, I've made it red. Blood. Stop. Danger, etc. It is the 9th of March, and as advertised, I've come back at tea time to review some of my findings, numbers, and to give you an update. I have put in the title there, the procreator, the procreate. Brother AD has put that word in my head. AD, give yourself a little pat on the back. I thought procreators, that's exactly what we are. AD, I love you, brother. You've done some sterling work there. I had a chat with a brother not so far away. It's liaising with the officers and self-appointed authoritarians that we come across from time to time. So mortality, that's death. Clarity, that's not what Boris and the Department of Health, the health department, are giving you at the moment, or us. Containment, okay, how can you contain something you don't know where it is? I'll leave it at that, and let you work out how you contain something which you cannot see and where you don't know where it is. Well, I could argue that you've contained me then. You don't know where I am, and I'm at liberty to do as I so choose. So the chief, what have we got? The chief medical advisors and officers have been talking with Boris on the BBC News update. So that's where I get that from. That's where I get that from. And repetition and going on, and not very clear, not much clarity, to be fair, from the Prime Mini Star. That was at Downing Street, hosted on the BBC, that they are now, repeating. And yes, I don't take this lightly. I'm here to help. I'm here out of love. I'm here out of honour, valour, due diligence, and I am not playing my part. I am executing my deeds. And those that play parts are, of course, actors. Man, natural man, is here before you today in the red. I see red people. Hello scribes, hello initiates, masters, sovereigns, procreators, settlors, testators, beneficiaries, etc. All of you. Oh, no, R2, not now. Now is not the time. We will silence the Empire and its forces. It is AD texting me. AD, never mind, Beeb. Thank you. It's simultaneous. We are all connected. I love you all, thank you. What else would grabbed me this morning at 9:30 a.m? 8% FTSE, the FTSE index down 8%, 100 billion wiped off. That's right, I'll say it slowly and again. The FTSE, Foxtrot, Tango, Sierra, Echo. All right, that's not what really FTSE, but FTSE index is opened at Monday morning, Moon Day, Dynamo Day, 8% down. That transfers into 100 billion wiped off. Oil down. What's oil doing? 25%. That's down. Wow. All I can say there is I hope they pass that on. Then Sage and Cobra. Who are Sage? Who are Cobra? I'll let you work that out. But them names, indeedy. Snake. The snake is viewed as you will come to find, and you may already know, as not so much an evil, low-bellied, nasty creeper thing. The snake is viewed, the zodiac snake, the snake of the zodiac is black, and it's viewed as the snake on land is not so nasty and evil as we have been taught, or in my belief and discovery and finding. So snaky cobras. They've got another meeting, Cobra, okay, this Wednesday, so stay tuned, fam. I've got all the dates, numbers, details, and times for you, as I advertised this morning. I am excited, but only because I love what I do. The subject matter and topic is quite dark, disturbing, and the red colour, blood runneth through our veins, and it may be tainted. These chief medical and science officers are saying that they've got somewhere in Bedford that can produce a 20-minute test, meaning that you can be tested and find out within 20 precious minutes. But it won't be ready until August, to which I went, poppycock. Right, enough is enough. The gloves are off. UK Health Department, Department of Health, DOH, and ministers, mini-stars, principal trustees there in the statutory constructed UK trusts. I say this: silver water, alkalinity. I've had more validated advice from my scribes than I have off that news update from Downing Street by your Prime Minister, not my Prime Minister, some of your Prime Mini-stars. My star lies up in the zodiac, the heavens, and I am my own star and hero. You are my stars, and I have young stars as assets and blood sired on this landmass. So Boris, the buffooning honey monster, who's a temporary employee of a UKG corporation that is not a government, it masquerades as a government, and there's business going down here. And my business is your business because you are my fam. Okay, that's FAM, not familiar. I'm aware what I'm speaking, at ease, and I'm not using anything other than Anglo babble. All right, you know my intention when I say, to you, they haven't advised anything in the form of non-pharmaceutical, and they haven't given you anything. They've said, we're containing it, and we're having another meeting on Wednesday. Everything's tickety-boo, and we have no, the media, the questions from the media that I've caught across 17 different news networks, so I've made sure that I have scanned and had a look before I say these words. Questions too. Why aren't we testing folk that are coming off from aeroplanes from Italy? And also, why aren't we mimicking and protecting and slowing and shutting and the answers were, I shall refer you to my previous answers, Boris, repeating himself, not being, he's not thinking, how do I put this? He's not speaking from the heart. He's repeating the script. He cannot be dexterous. He cannot deviate from that script. He has a pathway to walk, and this lady, I forget the name, she's on that BBC News report. You'll get her, not get her, you'll find a name, and it's just incredible the way that she asked, why aren't we doing X, Y, and Z and mimicking, and what is going on about non-testing of Anglo. She said British persons, passengers coming back from Italy, and what's happening with the testing there. So it was really dismal. You, scribes, man, and other private chats that I've had have given more insightful information, and it's just I just thought I'd express my disconcern. I'm not disappointed. I and Kev deal, SPLS Pro, we deal with the Department of Health, the Department of Banky persons, as Kevin says it. He says it with a W, not a B. And he's quite eloquent at what he does there. We give love and thanks for him, but he's also helped reinforce the Department of is not always great. All right, work and pensions, this will be DWP. We have failings. We have failings in lots of departments. Trust is man's one true currency. Do you have the trust? Has the history got the substance to provide that they've successfully? I'll go Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, CSB, late 80s and mid 90s, was it early 90s? Health minister from the government coming out and saying, what did he say? Can you tell me, scribes, what happened with the turnaround with the Department of Health and its advice in the early 90s for mad cow disease, BSE, and as I said, I think that's right, Creutzfeldt-Jakob, help me out here, Latin, no problem, international, such words, I stumble, but they came out and they said, we're going to have to reassess our advice, and you can check this on DuckDuckGo and go and see what I'm remembering, and if I'm remembering it right. But yeah, I was quite shocked. I was like, what do you mean, the government? You said what? You said you can't catch it. You can't catch this from eating beef. There's not, they got beef with me. I got beef with me. No beef with thee. What talking beef for? Talking beef about BSE beef. It's all right. You can eat it, cook it, no problem. We were shipping it all to international waters. Then the bans came in. Oh, we don't want British beef. Why not? It's dodgy. Why is it dodgy? You get ill from it, kills you. Why it does? Oh, actually, yes. And they reassessed. So I'm sorry, Department of Health and people of departments for the UK corporate private government. No, it's not a government. This is actually a business. Yes, it is, isn't it? City of London, Rome and Washington. I believe it is. And everything you do with your puppets there on the stage doesn't wash with this man. And I have a duty and an obligation to let folk know what go on, how it go on. And reference. You can't take me down. This is why I'm still here on this channel, because when I speak and I speak out of love, I speak out of intent, and I reference and I citate and I'll evidence, what and why. Egwina Curry, yes, I hear you. That was a laugh in itself. Sorry, echo from the younger Dave back in the past speaking to me now on the quantum link up that I've got going off. That don't ask me about it. I'll tell you another time. Time in itself. How many deaths have there been, everybody? How many? Give me a number. It involves a 9, a 1 and a 3, not necessarily in that order, but there have been how many confirmed cases and how many deaths. The deaths are below 10 and the confirmed cases are in the hundreds. So this is today's date, the 9th of March at GMT, allegedly 6:30. All right, just for points of reference and note, because I'm coming back Wednesday, I'm coming back Friday. It's on like Gaviscon. I am, sorry, it's on like Kong, but now I'm 40 something. It's now changed from on like Kong to on like Gaviscon. That's mine. I take that, use it. I give it away for you. Gotta make some jokes, Dave. You gotta make some jokes. Don't hammer them. Confirmed cases are in the 319 figure ballpark at this moment in time. Given those dates and times, there have been 4 confirmed deaths. I have 2 places. This morning I said I wanted places, names, numbers, and even though I've gone out and done a graft and I've been busy and preoccupied executing my deeds in the private as a private man, I found out that there is 2 deaths, and one of them was an elderly lady with pre-existing conditions in her 70s, and that was in Reading. There was an elderly man, that's all I know, no age. He was the second death, don't quote me, but we'll say death number 2. If there's 4, we've only got 2 more left. RIP. I don't say only as in only little life, but I'm trying to be upbeat. I'm sorry for, Matthew at the weekend. I've had to lighten my load a little bit. I've been in the, as I said, I may need counselling soon, and Brother Kev will. Some time in the private to weep and cry like babies and take this negative energy. So bear with me. I've got a difficult, weird job to do, and I handle it out of love and respect at all times. Do never think that I don't. But given the nature, the line, the severity, I haven't even got onto the trusts and the estate. Everybody that passes that has a final act in the public, there's a collection of estates there. That's another level and another alarm bell we're going to ring later down the line. Let's just get the basics covered. You take the numbers, you roll with me. I need the other 2 mortalities for clarity, all right, on this, and the location. So we got MK, Milton Keynes, and we got Reading. I need the other 2 for you. You need the other 2. We do. I don't want any falsifying and playing down of the deaths in any way. We will check. We are on it, and you can roll with us over this red, hazardous, stark time in amongst Brexit, in amongst financial markets. All right, we're not worried. We're not scared. We've got this. There is nothing to worry about. But what we are worried about is your knowledge, ability, and the information and how it gets to you, who is managing and how they're managing. I'm not scaring anybody. We're in the beginning stages, and I have the utmost faith in the UK private corporation known as the UK government, as I have in all my time of engaging with it, for want of a better word, for monitoring it since I saw Terry Waite, the news reporters. Remember Kate Adie and Dermot, somebody McGinty, Lawrence McGinty. Why? I don't need to know these names, but it was on the TV every night. It was either Ulster and Ireland and buffoonery and fumbling, the Birmingham Six, Tiananmen Square, Gulf War, minor strikes, Arthur Scargill, Margaret Thatcher. I took notice. I didn't know I was taking notice, but I noticed their notices to us. NOI, SOI, notice of interest, statement of intent, etc., to play through the media. I say this again with love and light. I am burdened and scarred like you are, but I've learned I'm rolling and developing, and I carry it well. But inside me, there is a crying man. Know this, all right? Italy, deaths 360. It's taking it over. Millions, starting from, and working its way out. I'm not going through all the provinces and that. I was on with some Italianos yesterday, catching up, getting some info, and wishing well. Italy, ciao bello. That's all the Italian I know. I know 6 other words, but having an Italian family estate clan name, I'd like now to be able to come out with some scapini, capani, capari, che baccio, bella, bella, buongiorno. But I can't. I've got more Latin and Greek knowledge than I have Italy. I will work on that. But Italians, anybody in Italy, that wants to chelp up and say hello, ciao, share this video, fam, embed it, let others know who we are, what we do, and why we do it, what we have done, and our successes and establishments so far. We are here to help. We are not here to aggravate, vexate, or speculate. We're here just to chat and just to say what. If you just joined, thank you. Wow, it is a really different cast of any I've done. I am not here to say anything other than what I said this morning, and I'd like to re-echo. You are my family, and I care for each and every one of you, even though we've never met or seen eye to eye. And 100 billion wiped off, oil down 25%, millions. This is not going away. I'm not making light of it. It's happening and it's here. So for you procreators of life and the private natural man, I am here for you and you're here for me. I want to know about the mortality. I want to offer some clarity. Chris Whitty, that was his name, Chris Whitty. I'd like to keep an eye on that man and his announcements and statements. That was the chief medical advisor and the chief officer of the private corporation known as the UK government. They was, shadowing, Chris Whitty was the Prime Minister. That would be Boris of the Johnson. Johnsons, of the Johnsons. Let's leave it at that. On Downing Street. The SAGE, S Sierra Alpha Golf Echo, is the UK government's strategic analytical. I forget now what the actual words mean. If you could find a link to SAGE Blue Man Group, I'd like a hyperlink putting into SAGE for the UK government, which are the strategic something emergency planning. I forget. Cobra. I ain't got a Scooby-Doo. I don't want to look. They're just the emergency government body, corporate body there. That's a body corporate, not the corpus, and the body of, as we've come to find and give to you, the body of water, the body of Christ. This is the body corporate, and this body is responsible as Cobra for the emergency planning advice. And hospitals, if you're a nurse or a nurse or anybody, then you are much needed, and protect yourselves. Know that you're loved. Officers out there keeping the peace for stuff that's happening in supermarkets. Officers, we love you. Constables, we love you. You are our family. We're here to help. We're here to work together, and we are aware that these ones that operate the officers and operate the NHS. So we've got 2 trusts here that we love. The NHS, I can't slag that off one little bit, even though it's been branded this is another media fallacy of when I say playing down and falsifying and playing down the details and stuff. Somebody has said, I will leave that for you to find, but somebody has come out and said the UK NHS, the government to the NHS and the way that it's run, the government can say that there are reports, is it being heralded around the world for X, Y, and Z. And I went, what? I read a report of November last year where we was number 18 on a list of 20 for things like cancer, coming in for little operations, and then ended up dying and not going out and leaving, trust failures, deaths within. I'm sorry if this affects you in any way, I really am, but and I just went, my own sovereign self-initiate, in backlash to this number massaging, and and you go and find out the reports and things, and liabilities and mitigation. It's what they do. They mitigate. All right, I tell you the truth. I speak from the heart. I am an idiot, and your brother, whether you like it or not, and things will stay that way for the foreseeable. These are principals, trustees, and ministers and officers and generals. They're militia under the Papacy Romanus Pontifex, under the papacy and the UCC, the Ecclesia, the Admiralty, the Maritime. You're way down on that list, all right, and you're not even, they say, oh yes, it's whatever, but I can tell you, Kev can tell you, SPL's Pro can tell you, you rewind on these videos and I will tell you in the past, but now in the future, because I'm on video live, and you'll find out. So the UK hospitals have had a 10-year neglect. I've dealt with lots of you. I have this firsthand. I've got files that, we've got a receptionist begging us, not us, but via proxy of you, saying, please, if you can do something, will you sort them out? Because I hate coming to work every day and operating a telephone where nobody answers, and the client, which she used the word client, but you are customers, which are patients, again, wards, military, state, etc., consent and contract in the UK. And she said she really hates it, bless her. And we've got it on recording, right? So I say again, I haven't got it on recording, but the beneficiary of the NHS England Trust, and the discretionary beneficiary at the time when I was helping, has played that to me. So I can tell you firsthand that I heard that, and that's what we're saying. So on one hand, we've got it all rosy, and Jim will say from the UKG, and in real life, with real, excerpts and vox pops and references and publications and apologies and liabilities, it's a damn mess, is what it is. So yeah, I just thought I'd be the voice to echo a few things and bounce back. And I'm not here all night. I'm really tired. I've had a bad Monday. I have got my phlegmy cough. I have no temperature. I do believe that I am safe for the time being. Otherwise, I would have, yes. I've had some concerning messages from you. Thank you, fam, initiates, master scholars, and procreators. I'm fine and dandy. I've got silver, things in this house, alchemical mixtures. And we got the GANs. We've got the GANs going on. I know it's carbon GANs and it may not offer any protection, but it's definitely doing something to me. So that's all I can say. Update wise, I'll leave it at that. That's a reasonable amount. If you go back to look at the bulletin with Boris and Mr. Whitty, I think that I've given you quite a lot more detailed and concise roundup than what they can. And Wednesday's the next meeting. We're on the 9th now, so that will be the 11th of the 3rd. 113. Oh, 113. Hello. My affinity with their affinity with me. It's a number short. It's 1113. 1113 has been hounding me for the last 2 years now. So on the 11th of the 3rd, 20, we will have the update if nothing else happens in the meantime. Again, sorry if you've been affected by any of the topics I've spoke about. Loss of life. I've got a brother the weekend who's lost some life, and I'm immersed in it, and I have to lift myself up. So I've learned not to wear the emotion. I carry it instead. So that's why we'll need therapy very soon, Kev and I, and alongside yourselves, but more so us for the management. So when I say about mentalizing and carrying, and after 4 years in this, 600 and something videos, busting through barriers like a steam train with no brakes, and working for the Christ Savior, Christ Jesus Messiah, universal consciousness. I don't know if you are spiritual, all right, but I say that with a spiritual meaning, not any affiliation with the Anglican or Catholic religion, all right. I'm coming to you as a brother on a separate plane. I am of this world, but I am no part of it. I'm natural man, David. Hello, I am David. Anybody seen that documentary with the Buddha man there on the front? That did make me chuckle, and I saw it by accident. But Yes, I just like to point that out to you, why I'm here and what I'm doing. So if anybody, is confused or I'm going to go to your comments, and then we will, reconvene very shortly, maybe each day or maybe every other day. I don't know if you want this. I don't know if it's interesting, but get me some numbers. Keep an eye on it. Areas. I'm missing 2. Hopefully, Reading and Milton Keynes can be populated up to 4. And then we can work out. It'd be nice for them to tell us. You see, that's a point there. Here I am trying to tell you where some have happened, but yet on that update, I didn't hear anything. It was very vague, very ambiguous, and relying upon science that's 150 years retarded behind. Where is Tesla? Where is Schrauberger? Where is Grebnikov? Where is many names? I'm not going to mention them all because it's the wrong type of cast, but we've got skills in the 1800s that could have dealt with this last week. So I say this because of the line of work we're in. Australia, America, I want to hear from you. Italy, I need to hear from you. I've got contacts there, but I'd rather keep them private. I want some of the ones that choose to come along. I want to see how we roll, and I want to work with the UK private corporation, government, militia, and yourselves here. Nobody's against anybody. It's for the greater good, the commonality, the common good of man. I have a job with the universal consciousness, the chronicity, the synchronism. And as I wind it down, I'm talking to you about the Christ-like consciousness. The truth will set you free. It's not a religion. This is a faith. And it's Corona, the rhythm of the night. Yes, I'm back to little man Dave there. We're going back to the past for Corona, the rhythm of the night. A corona, meaning crown, in Latin, derived from ancient Greek. I can't say that. I can speak a bit of Greek, but it's garland wreath. All right, like the wreath around the global map there that the UN and people use, a wreath, garland wreath. Is an aura of plasma. GANS is plasma, quantum, pars syntax, quantum grammar, quantum science. The universe, it lets us know we're on the right path, so it's an aura of plasma that surrounds the sun and other stars. The sun's corona extends millions of kilometers, of miles, etc., into outer space, the seas of space, as they call it, and is mostly easily seen during a total solar eclipse. So to shine like a diamond, FPV angel, and the particle, what is it now? Angelic particle matrix know all about this, as do FE fam and sun and moon fam, etc. So you see the diamond in the sky at the solar eclipse, and the corona that comes into Chronos, that comes into Christos to some extent, king, Chronos, crown, mums, born, the birth, the crowning of man. Spectroscopy measurements indicate strong ionization in the corona and a plasma temperature in excess of 1 million kelvins, but dyslexia there, we'll call them Kevins. It's a little bit more of a smile there on some man's faces, and they are much hotter, 1 million kelvins hotter than the surface of the sun. Light from the corona comes from 3 primary sources from the same volume of space, the K corona, all right, K for kontinuierlich, continuous in German. Sorry, Germans, for saying that. Das bad, yeah. It's created by sunlight scattering of free electrons, Doppler broadening of the reflected photospheric absorption lines, spreads them so greatly as to completely obscure them, giving the spectral appearance of a continuum with no absorption lines. The Foxtrot corona, F for Fraunhofer, is created by sunlight bouncing off dust particles and is observable because its light contains the Fraunhofer absorption lines that are seen in raw sunlight, raw, uncooked. I like the way they've done that. The F corona extends to very high elongation angles from the sun, where it is called the zodiacal light. And lastly but not least, I'll have an E, please, Dave. Okay then, scribes, initiates and fam, procreators, the E corona. E for electro. Boom, 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 boom. E for electro. E for emission, actually. That was just another remix back in the day with a younger Dave DJing in Chef. E for emission is due to spectral emission lines produced by ions that are present in the coronal plasma. It may be observed in broad or forbidden or hot spectral emission lines and is the main source of information about the corona's composition. So there's a little bit there. Proper good to you, aren't I? After all the digging and all the collections. That's not the only definition. That's a Latin origin of corona, wreath and crown. Okay. Yes, I. 16th mid-century, I'll say. All right, that's the best I can locate that bit of Latin for. How are we doing? Thank you for the 5 thumbs up. Let's go to the comments. Sorry about the red. I won't do it again, but stop. Important. Red. Clean doctoring. Yeah. Wash your hands. Stephen. Hey. Don't eat eggs. That's right. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Time is tying me down. Time waits for no man. Chain of fools. 322, always, every year. Man notes. Okay, thank you for that. My favourite show. Have been starting. I love the way you speak. Don't ever change, Anders. Your favourite show. This is not a show, but I suppose I am an entertainer. I'm an entertainer. I'm an entertainer. I'm an educator. Because I am an entertainer. And I am an entertainer. So I'm not here for music, even though I used to be. I cannot let it go. Anders, lots of love, brother. Quinn, interviewer Boris. Why is hair a mess? Boris says, it's very complicated. Boris says, Boris says, it's very complicated. But what I can tell you is we have some very talented people working on it. Politician speak. You make me wheeze, Quinn. Thank you. Next. Fear, David. No, there's no fear here. I am the Lion of Zion. I am the Lion of Judah. I am not a Judas. I am a lion, a civil lion. Ion, Zion, lion. Yes, I and I. Peace be upon us. Benjamin, lots of love. Thank you for that. Why aren't you blue? Can we make... I'll do it when I'm on the laptop as well. Thank you for that lovely comment. I've just messed my screen up. Who's next? Sister Lisa. Hello, wave and hearts. Ciao, ciao. Much love. What go on? Sweden have 35 infected right now. Aha, numbers. Thank you, Anders. I shall add that to the list. Good at see. RT tonight at 7 p.m. Man, I'm helping from deported is on. Man, I'm helping from deported. Is it? Oh, really, Stephen? Okay, thank you. We'll plug that again from the top. Brother Stephen, RT News tonight at 7 p.m. The man's helping is deported is on. All right, thank you. I will be there. Let's write that down. That's important. Look, this is law in action. Yeah, thank you. 7 p.m. RT. And when I wash my hands, I've written it on paper. Don't write on your hands. What? I hear love to all. I feel love. I feel love. I can't do that one. Who's that? Donna Summers, was it? Classic. Total infected count around the world as of 5th of March 2020. 95,416. I did say 100,000. You're right, Anders, but that was a rounded up number. I saw 98 point something, 98,742 or something. So yeah, it's about where we are. Who's telling us that these people have died? The media. Noted. Sustained. Top comment. Good vibes. Yes, sister. He's on those vibes out. Thank you. We need them. Military law, possible if the brown stuff hits the fan and the trustees and principals at the helm there steer the ship into the rocks. Yeah, I've had the bicarb and I've had mother cider's vinegar, and yes, I've been smoking a little bit, not a lot. Yes, it's going. Eventually, I will kick it with the Creator's help. I will conquer this evil, dirty habit. But yeah, I've had that. Was it mother's? It was cider vinegar, bro. I've had lemon, silver water, quite a lot. Wearing Gans for Matthew. Oh, respect. Thank you for remembering Matthew and his time. Much love. We appreciate that. I will pass on some squeezy hugs when I see him. Mr. Whitty playing both sides, logical Annie for the evidence. Okay, Hogarth, good evening, thank you and welcome. Sorry about the red, stop and listen. Red people, red mans, red man. No, I'm not going to recite any red man ragger, but that was a one I didn't see. Red man. Thank you for the love to Matt. I have the cup of life Gans antivirus, but I can't give away. I need it for post and package and to buy material. I can send it to David if you can donate to his. Anders, you're a legend. The trust is going to do something magical with this, and we will teach initially how to make it, like the silver water, and then after that we will surplus stockpile it. Again, this little angel here, brother Anders, coming out with this tech after it being, much like Tesla, Grebnikov, Schrauberger, and in the errors and bumblings that we've seen and the lapse of technology and the way that it's done from the Rockefeller Medical, etc. and gang. Anders may have just come along and actually maybe with this water, I thought when I saw the silver water and it went amber orange, I'm like, hang on a minute, this is the amber nectar then. This is, Gans is clear, but the tree of life, that would be comparable to if this stuff, I'm not making the claim, foundations have made it, and we will make it and we will give it away at cost. It will be driven, travelled, anything, all avenues, and mans will be making it as well. So we need the proof of claim. To be fair, I can't help with that at the minute, except what I can tell you by the bracelets, and we'll get on this. You need to get on this tube. Anders and I have shown you the path. Let's see what we can see. Look at that, it's pence, mate, honestly, like the silver water, pence. Vendetta, hello, Quinn, I'm just checking. Andy, 1, 2, 3, nice one. I think I've said hello to everybody else and welcomed you in. Sorry about the red. Donna Summer 1977 with Giorgio Moroder drove my father mad, repeating tune. Oh, nice one, fam. Good to know. Matthew is math for you. What are your thoughts, Dave? Oh, stops me in my tracks. Math, EW, lamb. Maths lamb, lamb of the maths lamb, you, it's missing the E from the U, lamb, EWE, so math, God is not a respecter of persons, you are not a respecter of persons, you, God, math, you, loving that, Benjamin, you get a fist bump. Cigarette full of lighted end to the tip, then the cigarette end upside down pyramid. Here's one, a cigarette, lighted end to the tip, then the cigarette. Ziggurats are pyramids in Meso, Latin America, Meso, ziggurat. Ziggurat. I'm having my ziggurat in my ziggurat. With the 4 major Olmecs and types of Mesoamerican natives that we've since found down that way, alongside with the Olmec heads. The live animal DNA in a vaccine will mess you up. I do believe, Hogarth, and you've made a claim there. You just be careful. I'm on your side and I'm helping you, but when you say something like that, you put a message out. I suspect you are 99.5% bang on. But you know, I haven't done these tests. I haven't got the information. I can't back up things like that, and I'm aware I'm here to maintain order, clarity, you know, accuracy. And I love you all to bits, but just be careful, you procreators, what you say. Anne-Marie, 2 minutes and we're done. I am hungry. I'm not even eating tea, look, and I'm doing a cast about coronavirus and procreators. What are you doing? Are you making food? The office is required, so yeah, just be careful when you make statements publicly, you know, and you say something, then I know you, like I say, I'm with you, Hogarth, don't be angry, don't cut me down, but just for the rest of you, when you do that and you're in the public, then you back that up. I'm sure, Hogarth, when I roll down, you're going to give me loads of links, and that's for you, not for me, but I'm just showing others as well. Be very careful, because stuff like that, it's in these times, you know, we need to be clear, concise, referenceable, and then man will always know when we are left to areas of grey and speculation, apprehension, and things, we get a bit lost. So let's just stick to it. And I agree in some ways that that's probably with the mercury in there and the mixtures of, and the way that the science is, and it's not au natural and it's au chemical, then yes, we can back this up. Lamb Ram Aries, also above, below, love it. You make I'm think or think. Lamb Ram Aries, dictionaries, constabularies, that's the other one. So yes, words, it's a tool, it's a language, and it helps your brain expand, to be fair, and you brush up on simple things, not the parse, syntax, quantum. Don't even look at that until you've mastered Anglo, Babel, legalese, languages, and then etc. And coming from a dyslexic man of the autistic spectrum, this surprises nobody but me more than anyone else how this has happened. As for syntactic structures, rhymes, etymology, implied meanings, definitions, root, just, yeah, fabulous, incredible. And I love you all for the interaction and the feedback. We are some areas, you know, scatty, and other areas very focused and on point, leading the game. So that'll do. I've got to eat. I'm still in my day time clothes, and I need to give Anne-Marie her kitchen back, or she gets the big stick, and I get crying. She's not a lady to be messed with, my queen. She's an iron lady, aren't you? And say hello to the scribes. Well, she just wants to stay private. Right, so we'll be back soon, tomorrow or later in the week, and we will keep an eye. Thank you all for your updates. I didn't see the other two places alongside Milton Keynes and Reading, so I'd like you to get on that as well and add to what we've already given you then. I'm looking to speak to international fam. If you can get them my details, video, share this, embed it, take it to the fam that you love, give them the data, and then oh, if it's the first time they've seen India, though, it might be a bit much, but if it is your first time, I just take my duties seriously, and I get passionate about when I can prove what I'm speaking about and put it down. It's damning, and it's not funny, and it's not, you know, it's not my doing. I'm just repeating and giving you. So there you go. We'll link back up. The dinner's started. That's me told. I've got to go. She's here. She's cracking on. Yes, Lisa. Mate, a couple of jars of colloidal silver. Any recommendations, Big D, for purchasing new rods? Yeah, I just went to eBay, 99.9% colloidal silver, and I got the fatter bar because I wanted them to last longer. So the bar, is it the bar? The measurement of the diameter, and it was about £20 for 2 8-inch silver thingies that was modestly fat. That's all I can give you, G-Man. Night night. I'm not going to bed. I'm going to have some chow. What? Yes, laters. See you later, scribes. Ciao and bellow. Much love. Stay mellow. Thank you.